Big T don't miss.
Bang, 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 boy, shit break. On the hard thing, got an Alabama, you can add next say.
I ain't even gonna run it, baby. Come on, let me talk that shit. There you go. Trey, they don't do what I did. Lately, my son got me wondering if it's a curse or I might breed a gangster little bitch. Phone ring, get declined, can't talk right now. 100,000 for the bun, thought I wouldn't make bail. Got treated like a star when they walked me through the jail. Had them throwing up sex when they walked me by the cell. Hey, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Fucking who tryna go get it poppin'? Never let them think that they got it, put it in pocket. Rocket on the hip of my body like it's a socket. Mob shit, kill him with kindness, nigga, fuck that. Violence on the end of my stick, ready to drop something. Bust back, retaliate, we coming to crush that. Truck black, sit off the window, hit him and double back. Hey, Gucci gang, 38 throwaway, Glock 40, F&E, Uzi thing. Spent $10,000 on 17 choppers. Little nigga, I'm Gucci, man. Niggas ain't never seen a homicide. Boy, your partners got flipped last year, he ain't do a thing. Body for body, catch your body on my anyway. Mine in the game, coming back like a boomerang. Oh, you should've said that. Gotta talkin' like Jigga, cause they doing too much. Nigga be killing me with this rap. I never make a diss track. Still in the clutch, got the dope, bitch, a box full of bows. I ain't talking about a gift rap. Get away, came from the cage like a man in a cage. Playing tic-tac, don't take on my D-deck. No, I'm from the bottom like a sneaker. Rockin' red bottom, but it used to be a Adidas. Left a lot of bottles when the pockets got deep. Niggas biting like Tyson, but I'm rockin' a freezer. Planning at an X, I got ether. Strap around my hip, bitch, I'm rockin' like a fever. Test me, know they want me dead, I can't help it, I'm ready. Still I'm standing out, ain't talking Queen Latifah. Can't tell these niggas I'm ready to do whatever. I sleep with a killer, conscious, I'm better than your competitor. Her body even killing these niggas, they not a hitter. On my pivot, I go get it, I'm with it, and I ain't getting up clearly. Rappers ain't fucking with me, literally. Serious, bitch, I mean, period. Literally. Walking like a Dallas on my back, oh, they ain't hearing me. Clap one of these niggas just for trying my ability. Look, one time for the whole heads. If a Lucy in the face, know the judge wanna sentence. They in the lap with a pot, like an easy bake oven, cooking rock trying to whip a little Kim shot. Niggas beefing on the book, but I'm in the street. My old lady like I'm gone, got an enemy. I got these stitches for the kidneys on my ear. In broad day, I whack them like he John F. Kennedy. Gang. For real. And I was in the phone before Boosie came. And that Porsche 911 coat the top out. And now I whip a bitch like Booty Tank. Say I paid Boosie, never get him in a dime. Click over, make a phone call, nigga, that's my power. Off the lot, man, his house with his kids in his goddamn ATL with his brother in the last name. Now they be live thugging like a top shot. And LAX Universal back when they was trying to sign. I didn't used to know what you get on time to some hot friends. Nigga, no rap, boy, I really got problems. Awesome. Looking in the game, I done lost it. Toss him. When they say the name, know I'm outside. Floss it. Boy, I run the game, I done lost it. Make them feel the rage of a slave in a coffin. Yeah. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Don't want your hoe, she a groupie, man. Yeah. Rep for a slang where I used to hang up. Niggas lying on a kid, but won't do it. I'm on top of 3 lines, over me signing. The head child for the bread dog. I'm a mom, knock his head off and his legs out for the prize. Get the head out, then I spit it out from the rhyme. Yeah, bitch. Red top, red top. My motherfucking 3. Yeah. Slide to the gang, nigga. HSTV.
Check this out. Check this out, man. It's your boy Hitter. You're now tuned in to Hit Squad TV. Bear with your boy. Bear with your boy. We're going through a little growing pains. I'm trying something new. So, check this out. We finna get into it. I want to let you guys know I'm doing everything and anything that I can do to make this experience a better experience for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Salute the Baller Raj in the chat. Salute the Positive Vibes in the chat. Divine Black Rose. Man, y'all know what it is, man. Nothing but love. So, yeah. We here again. We're here again this morning. Last night, we talked about a dude named Quay Davis. And how Quay Davis basically did the unthinkable. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't take the rejection of his girlfriend and choked her to sleep. Daggum there killed her. Y'all give me a 1 in the chat box if y'all hear me good. If y'all can hear me good, just drop a 1 in the chat box. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We trying something new, so I just want to make sure everything is, decent and in order. You feel me? Yeah, man. I don't see nobody dropping nothing in the chat box. Y'all let me know something. Yeah, yeah. Drop a one in the chat if y'all can hear me good. Y'all hear me? Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay. So just let me know I got a little delay. We got chats popping up on the screen too, so that's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. Yeah. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together, gang. Y'all just bear with me. Cause we're gonna talk about this. And if y'all run that live stream back last night, I mentioned Kyren Lacy. Remember I told y'all about a cat that basically had a Dodge Charger. No, he had a Challenger. I don't know if he had a Hellcat in that junk or whatever. But he was running it down a 2-lane highway and killed a man. This ain't the first time or the second time that we've talked about Kyren Lacy. Matter of fact, do y'all remember when I showed this clip right here and I said, damn, bro, you gotta show a little bit more decorum than this. Let me pull it up. Y'all remember this?
Backline! Come on, backline! Fuck all that! Back on this! Next! Come on, man! Go to the game, man! Yeah! Wide receiver type shit! Come on, backline! Hey, bitch! We see our BT, baby! Hey! It's him! Come on, man! Hey! Come on, man! That fucking game!
So, Kyren Lacy, let me do this right quick for y'all. So, Kyren Lacy is the individual down at the bottom of the screen.
That fucking game! Shout out to you, bitch!
Kyren Lacy won. He caught the winning touchdown in the LSU Ole Miss game, and they went live celebrating. They on live. Rob 49 in the live. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the mannerisms, and these are character traits that we always talk about. Character traits that will inevitably come back to haunt you. At every level of the game, discipline is vital. You can have all the talent. You can have all the drive, all the athletic ability. But without character, it's a wash. It's a wash, gang. I hate this for this boy because he's immensely talented. But a couple months ago, when he unalived that civilian on 2-lane highway, I think it did something to him, and I feel like he didn't think that he would be able to move forward. For one, his draft stock plummeted because I think he left the scene of this. We're gonna go through it a little bit. Let's see here. Let me take this down right quick. And y'all bear with me because I'm getting used to all of this. You know what I'm saying? I was salute to Double Tap. I'm up with Double Tap last night, and we just talking about all the nuances of live streaming and whatever. And I said, oh, man, shit. I don't like to beg y'all for money. StreamYard $50. A lot of y'all don't know that. StreamYard $50 a month to go live and present to y'all. You know, and that's cool. But when I can do it for free like this, and all I gotta do is apply my mind, yeah, we're gonna do something different. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Divine Black Rose, Black Barbie, Positive Vibes, K Dizog, salute Baller Rod, salute to y'all, man. You know, I know this is impromptu. Not a lot of people gonna tune into this, but that's cool because I ain't got all my bearings down with myself yet. So we're gonna figure this out. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me though. And don't get on me too hard about my readers. They blue. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all can't tell, but yeah, they blue. Let's see what we got here. Crazy work right here.
LSU WR Kyren Lacy faces charges in fatal car crash. Louisiana State.
We're going to figure this out. Let's see here. We'll go here. So I think this whole situation right here ultimately changed the life of young Kyren Lacy, and I don't think he was able to shake back from this. Reflections with Kimberly Wilson, what's the word? Robert Hill, what it do? Yeah, man. Let's lock in with this. Let's see what I can do. We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this right, gang. You better believe that. Yeah. Nope, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna do this right here. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll do this right here. Yeah. But Kyren is definitely a great loss. I'm pretty sure the good people at LSU are not feeling their best right now because the whole situation behind this, you know, on the outside looking in, you look at Kyren as like a toxic individual, but he's just young, just like anybody else, fam. He's just a young kid, just like anybody else. But yeah, we finna get into it. Y'all rock out with your boy.
And that breaking news, LSU football star Kyren Lacy out on bail tonight after surrendering to police on charges connected to a deadly crash. Good evening and thank you for watching 9 News at 10. I'm Dion Guillory. His booking photo released late tonight. Louisiana State Police saying this all stems from a crash on December 17th in Lafourche Parish that killed a former Marine and injured 2 others. Police say Lacy caused that crash and accuse him of not reporting his involvement to police. Investigators tell us Lacy was on a trip out of state when his arrest warrant was issued. He surrendered late this evening and was booked on several charges, including negligent homicide and felony hit and run. About 90 minutes later, he posted a $151,000 bail and is now out of jail. The WAFB team learned the man killed in that crash was 78-year-old Herman Hall. He was a former Marine. You can hear lead investigator Chris Nakamoto's conversation with Hall's daughter. You can find that story right now on WAFB.com and also on the 9 News app.
So yeah, Kyren has some issues that he needed to iron out, and whether or not he sat down and talked to somebody about this before it got out of hand, it is, you know what I'm saying, another question totally. You know what I'm saying? J Red, what it do? G Money, salute to you. Alethea, what going on? I sound good to y'all? I'm straight? I'm straight. Y'all let me know something. But yeah, let me holler. Let me get double tap. See if double tap awake. There we go. Let me see. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad for little bro. I feel so bad for little bro because, you know, you gotta know how to handle it. And a lot of times, you know, the backgrounds and the upbringing that we have, we are not designed to deal with stuff. We internalize it. We make ourselves feel like, you know what I'm saying, shit, it's a small setback for a major comeback. This was his career. This is something he done trained since a kid to try to manifest and bringing to fruition, but it did not happen. It was not gonna happen at the rate that he felt like it was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? People were upset with Kyren Lacy, pissed off. They felt like that Kyren was, overly boastful, which most athletes are. They felt like Kyren Lacy, took his gifts for granted. And instead of going first round, boy, I'm telling you, we got Tap in the chat. Yeah. Hey, Tap, I ain't finna let this shit beat me, fam. You know what it is, man. We in there, big dog. Salute to you, man. Yeah, man. Hey, I gotta give y'all the hotline number too, cause I figured this out, but I still ain't figured out how to get everybody, up on the panel. So I'm gonna get a hotline number out in just a second, and we're gonna get down to the brass tacks. Yeah, we're gonna get down to the brass tacks. But yeah, man, crazy work, man. Kyren Lacy gone at 25 years old. 25 years old. It's sad to see. It's sad to see all that talent wasted. Prayers go out to him and his family, because you got to think, man. You go your whole life. Training, going to camps. I appreciate you, Tap, for real. You go your whole life. These camps ain't cheap. My homegirl got a son in the league right now. His name is Kool-Aid McKinstry. He played for the Saints. From 8th grade, she had to quit her job because she wouldn't let JaQuincy go out of town to these rivals camps and these 247 camps, Under Armour camps, Nike camps without her assistance. So it's a lot to go into it, y'all. It's a lot to go into it. Kyren Lacy, he's a former wide receiver for LSU. Anil said he was slated to go into the NFL draft. But he had a little baggage. And just how long ago was this? 3 months ago. He was going out of town in his Dodge Challenger, and he ran a man off the road and unalived him. And yeah, like Divine Black Rose said, I don't think his conscience could handle the fact that he took a life. Yeah. I really feel like he couldn't handle that. And I mean, who can? Unless you just a callous individual. Nobody wants to live with that on their conscience, fam. I just hate that it came to this. I wish he could have had some type of assistance, some type of mental eval. You know what I'm saying? 2024 rappers, 2025 preachers and football players. God is trying to tell y'all something. Well, I'm going to tell you this. He ain't just talking to us. He's talking to you too. He's trying to tell all of us something. You feel me? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah, Quay Davis is sad too. We covered that last night. Shout out to Divine Black Rose. She basically put us on game. And I didn't know nothing about that situation. But once we did the reaction to it and I ran everything back, fam. While we were reacting to the video, I'm in the back watching the actual video of the event. And to say it was disturbing is Putting it lightly. Putting it lightly, fam. Just to be honest with y'all. I hate that the young lady had to go through that. But I thank God that she's still here, because a situation like that could have easily transitioned her to the afterlife. If we being honest about it, it could have easily transitioned her to the afterlife. And man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Herbert, what's going on, fam? I appreciate that, G Money. Yeah, man, just to see that man choke life out that girl and then throw her to the ground. He threw her to the ground, picked his phone up off the ground, and just went on about his way. Went on about his way, fam. Crazy work. Crazy work. But that's what we were talking about last night, and E-Baby was in here. We was talking about, you know, when you play a contact sport from 5 and 6 years old into adulthood, it take a toll on you. If it don't do nothing but give you headaches, like routine headaches for the rest of your life, it's gonna take an effect. But one of the issues that guys that play ball and go hard actually want to make a career out of it, they love contact. They love contact, and their boundaries are off. Like, I got a cat that I go to church with. He used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Every time he dapped me down. What's up, bro? What's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? And we laugh and joke about it. That's a little inside joke that, you know, this nigga do too much. But that's his mentality. It's all contact related. Lord have mercy. I pray for his significant other. I know she be going through it. I know she be going through it, Jack. Because that boy is, you know what I'm saying? So you just go to the other side of that spectrum and think about what it is when somebody that's contact driven is just putting their hands on you, but it's not in love. It's in vitriol. It's in hate. It's in, you know what I'm saying, frustration. Yeah. Crazy work. Black Barbie said, and how he did her, then dropped her on the ground, that's exactly how they're going to do him when they violate his back door. Yeah, facts. Facts. Yeah. I hate to say it, but, you know, it's coming. It's coming. They're going to violate that boy and treat him like a wet noodle. You know, they got tablets in jail. They got internet access in jail. They can watch his Squad TV if they wanted to. Yeah. But listen, y'all. The hotline, if y'all want to, you know what I'm saying, tap in, call, and, you know what I'm saying, we interact. It's 205-578-8292. That's 205-578-8292. I'm trying to get my bearings down with the new setup and whatnot, but y'all just bear with me. And as always, fam, hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're gonna rock out for a little bit, but it's sad to see a young man go through what little bro just went through and couldn't take it, and instead of getting help, took his own life. That's what we absolutely do not want. We absolutely do not want that, because we got too many of the YNs, the youngsters, that ain't on nothing. Now, he had a YN spirit, but he was focused. He had a focus. His focus was getting to the league. You know, that's saying something about a young man. A lot of these cats don't want to even try. That's part of being a YN. These niggas don't even want to try. They cover their face up because they're ashamed of who they are. And they put on a tough exterior. But you know they ain't tough. Because if they ain't got that pistol, it's a wrap. You're going to mop the floor with them. You're going to mop the floor with them. It's a real live epidemic. We make fun of it and call it YNs, but it's really, you know what I'm saying, bullshit. If we want to, you know what I'm saying, keep it a whole stack. I grow to hate that term YNs because of the simple fact that people glorify it the way they do. I got G Herbo's son. I don't know if y'all know who Herb is. Herb is from Chicago. He was in a relationship with Ari Fletcher before Moneybagg Yo, and they had a child. And he went on and he said, please don't call me a YN, call me a YM, a young man. I said, well, damn, ain't that something? Yeah, I'm saying that is refreshing. That's refreshing to see. Because so many of these young dudes, they grow up and they aspire to be exactly what they see on TV. A bunch of Trey Slimes. A bunch of niggas with nothing to lose. Emotional crash out mentality. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Kyren because he excelled above that. Even though he dealt with what he dealt with in the last 90 days of his life, he absolutely excelled above that. You know what I'm saying? Let me go through some of these comments. These YNs love thinking about spinning, but don't understand the demons that come with it. A soul for a soul. Fam, absolutely. You think about it. As much as Jook hated Dolph, you think Jook wanted to leave the same way Dolph did? See, it's biblical. When you dig a hole for one, you might as well dig a hole for two. It's written. And you can say what you want about it, but that's just the way it is. You can't take a life without giving a life. Yellow Beezy put, allegedly, 40 bands on Mo 3. Since the day Mo 3 got picked up off of that freeway, it has been nothing but hell and distress and embarrassment for Yellow Beezy. Sexual assault charge. A charge for possession when it went nothing but hand sanitizer. They just kept picking him up. And now where we at now? Crazy work, man. I'm telling you. If you seek to take one out, you might as well dig a hole for two. Young and Ace went at Julio Fulio for years, back and forth. Julio Fulio get taken out last year. Young and Ace made 3, 4, 5 diss songs. Young and Ace is irrelevant now. And I'm not saying he had nothing to do with it, but he know the people that had something to do with it. So when you kill that career, you kill yours. Because you're only relevant because he's relevant. And it's so crazy that people don't understand that. It's so crazy that people don't understand that. Same with Trap Boy Freddy. Trap Boy Freddy, he might as well be a local artist. He was relevant when Mo 3 was out here calling his name and, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth over the internet. Now, there's nobody to beef with. You become irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me see what we got going on here. What do you say? Let me go up in these comments. Oh, y'all talking to each other. Y'all ain't salute to Herb. He said, what's the topic? We basically chatting it up about Kyren Lacy and the situation with Kyren Lacy that, you know, caused him to take his own life on this morning. And when you think about it, it's sad. It's sad, fam. You know what I'm saying? I just woke up and opened up Instagram, and the first post that I see is from Say Cheese. Say Cheese don't blog on sports, but everybody know Kyren Lacy. You know what I'm saying? And I think Kyren Lacy may be from Texas, so that may be a reason why he said something. But yeah, it's a situation where he could have came back from that. You know, all it takes is keeping your face card clean. Keeping your face card clean and basically, you know what I'm saying, staying out the way. Doing what you want to do, which is play football. That's what you want to do, right? We're going to Boss Talk, and we're going to see what Boss Talk got to say about this, and we'll react to it. Hope y'all like that. If you haven't, hit the like button and rock out. Yeah, man. Let's go.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. The reason you see
Lacy turns heads at Pro Day today. Despite the on-field performance, Lacy's legal situation looms large and could land him in jail. Sean Fazan has the latest from Baton Rouge.
A big day here in Baton Rouge for LSU draft hopefuls at LSU's Pro Day, where all 32 NFL teams were represented. To get an up-close look at the Tigers' 2025 draft class. One player who did participate was wide receiver Kyren Lacy. He ran the 40-yard dash, did all the wide receiver drills, but his draft future is still very much in doubt. That's because Lacy faces charges of vehicular homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle stemming from a December car accident that took the life of a 78-year-old man. Lacy was not invited to the combine because of that.
78-year-old man. Wow. And because of that, he wasn't invited to the NFL Combine. You know what I'm saying? He had to sit and watch it. So if y'all don't know about the progression and the stages leading from leaving college football to going pro, you have what they call the NFL Combine, which is an invite-only event where they invite the best college football players in the country to go through drills and go through interviews and test your mental to see if you're worth investing $10, $15, $20 million into. He was not allowed to attend. Behind the combine is NFL Pro Day, where NFL scouts go to each college and they watch the seniors work out. And that's what you're seeing right here. We're going to keep going.
At arrest. Today he returned to Baton Rouge, where he played for a couple seasons for Brian Kelly's LSU Tigers. There is no doubt he has what it takes to get to the next level, but the legal process must play itself out. That'll play a big role on whether or not he actually gets to the next level. At LSU's Pro Day in Baton Rouge, I'm Sean Fazan for Fox 8 Local First.
Man, check it. Hey, man, listen, man, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, man. Wake up to the sad news of Kyren Lacy. He took his life, man. Kyren Lacy was a football player, man, a wide receiver that had been chosen to be, NFL first round draft pick, and one of the ones that they was considering, man. And it's unfortunate that this has happened, man. And I cringe for his family. As you can see him here, I just showed a little bit of his footage from when he was working, out and here recently, and basically showing his talents for scouts. And everybody from the Saints and everybody looking at this kid, man. And the pressure happened because of what you just heard. He ended up, driving past a situation and ended up, get into an accident and fleeing the scene.
Yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, Jack. Steve said he was literally about to be indicted by a grand jury. Taking your life is never the answer. Yeah. As a young kid, 25 years old, not a criminal. He could have got this whittled down. There was a player from the University of Alabama, right out of Montgomery, named Henry Ruggs, that got drunk and hit a young lady, killed her and her dog. He's going 127 miles an hour. This was back in 2000, and I want to say 22. He will be getting out either end of this year or next. I don't know if he'll ever play football again, but there's still life to be lived. You know what I'm saying? You can never discredit life. Big facts.
Not stopping, and once you leave that scene, that accident, they really go in on you, man, and they've been giving him a tough time, and being a young man that was just, prominent and basically his college career at LSU, he felt like he was going to the NFL, and he threw it all away by taking his own life. Some are reporting allegedly that he, took his own life last night. And this is so unfortunate. This is very, very, it's very tough, man, to see a young man like that had so much potential, let the stresses of life and pressure take him out, you can't come back from this, and that's the part right there. Like I said, it's very early on. Kyren Lacy was just a kid, man, to me, being an older guy. And, like I said, sometimes we make some crazy mistakes as kids. I did it when I was young, and some of them we bounce back from, some we don't, man. I don't know why he left the scene. I do know that it's been something that's been on his profile ever since it happened, because the 78-year-old man life was taken. And I don't know if he got some bad news last night. I really don't know. I just know it's just very unfortunate that the stresses of life, man, if we could just talk to him and try to, I don't know his infrastructure or what the team was around him, but it's just tough, man, when you don't have no spiritual guidance or nobody to say, hey, man, everything gonna be all right. Hey, man, you made a mistake. We all make mistakes.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And the only difference between his situation and Henry Ruggs' situation was Henry Ruggs had already got to that bag, that top level. Henry Ruggs had endorsement deals with Bose. He had endorsement deals with Nike. Lost it all. Never got in trouble a day in his life. Just rich enough to buy a fast car. Mix that with alcohol, and here we are. You know what I'm saying? Kyren Lacy could have came back from this, but at the age of 25 years old, and you on the verge of all of this, it's gonna be hard seeing your teammates and your counterparts walk across that stage and hold that jersey up with you knowing that you should have been one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just a pill that he was not willing to swallow, along with the fact of him being indicted and having to fight a vehicular homicide charge.
This is the thing that plagues us, man, is we don't know how to deal with certain situations. And like I said, he had so much potential when you look at everything that was being said about him. You know what I mean? Mr. Lacy was just a kid, to me. Like, he was getting out of college, he had great potential, but the stresses of life can take you out, man. The stresses of life, I have you bound. Everybody talking about it, the noise was loud. And it was so loud that he couldn't understand how to maneuver through the algorithm of life. And so he took his own life. As these reports show, man, I just pray and I ask God that they would pray for his family and make sure that he's, if you have any loved ones, any kids, anybody that's close to him, man, try to support him, man. I'm sending out my condolences right now. That's why I jumped on this. Like, man, this is crazy. This guy, he was definitely going to the NFL if this hadn't happened. But like I said, I don't know who.
If it hadn't happened, he would have been in the first 32. He'd have been first round. You know what I'm saying? With this happening, it was a setback, but I still feel like he could have worked his way around it and made some shape. Ending your life is never the answer. Back when I was a kid and we used to, bump with each other, fighting, whatever, we tell them, step out. It ain't nothing but air and opportunity. As long as you got life, you got air, and you got opportunity. You got another 24 to make something happen. You take that life, you take all options off the table. And I just hate that was the choice that Kyren Lacy made for himself. He could have worked through it.
Was it around him that night, or if anybody was in the car with him, or if he was just by himself, I talk to my kids about speeding all the time, and just tell them, man, to drive you with sense, and just try to get them to understand how important it is not to make the wrong decision, because one wrong decision can change your entire life, man. And that's that's what's happening with Mr. Lacy, man, and Kyren. I mean, just a phenomenal football player. Phenomenal, but it doesn't matter, man. Once the ball start rolling and the chips fall where they may, life will grab you by the throat, and he didn't know how to deal with it. So I just, man, I'm thinking, man, he probably had a rough night trying to figure out. Did he get given some bad news? What happened with this? It shows that when you go back to the old reports when he had this wreck, he was driving, and as he was driving, multiple cars had collisions, and they were wanting to say he was the one that initiated, and that he left the scene of the crime. Then they had to re-arrest him, book him in, and basically now he's not at the scene of the crime. Now it becomes a manslaughter and all type of stuff, man.
And that's the problem. Leaving the scene is, giving law enforcement the thoughts that this could be more sinister. What did you have in the car? Were you intoxicated? You see what I'm saying? Bro was just scared. He was just scared. When you got a lot on the table and something like that happen, you freak out.
And like I said, when you're young like he is, you don't understand what to do in a situation like that if you have never been in that situation. A lot of people want to criticize because a man's life was taken. So I know, even though he ran a 4.5 in the 40 at this recent event that he was at, and basically as he ran the 4.5 in the 40, and he did his NFL, tryouts, pro day, it just pretty much. It just, man, he still did a decent job, but that stuff had to be weighing heavy on him. Not to be invited to the combine. I just hate this, bro. Because
running a 4.5 in the 40 is not a decent job. That's excellent. Jalen Milroe from Alabama ran a 4.37, and that is elite when it comes to speed.
Because, nobody was there to guide him and say, hey, man, we need to get this straightened out. We need to get this, I don't know what caused him to run. I had a friend girl, she had hit somebody and left him on the side of the road and went home and parked the car. Once you leave the scene of that crime, it's like you disregarded.
Once you leave the scene, it stops becoming an accident and becomes a crime, basically.
Somebody else that needed to have aid rendered to them. So if you're ever in an accident or something, guys, make sure you don't leave, because if you leave, and I'm talking about all these youngsters, man, that's when it becomes a serious crime. Now, if you were going to get a DWI or whatever, it still would have been a thing. If you were drinking or if you were smoking, if drugs was an influence of you driving fast like that, then I'd rather take it in the chin. But now he's taking his own life, man, and we're going to truly miss him, man. Mr. Lacy was just a kid to me, like I just keep saying. You guys got to understand, once this stuff start coming in, man, and you start seeing it, it's tough when you see people just going through it, man. Reports are coming in that he took his own life, and this is crazy. And I ask y'all, man, to pray for his family today. I ask y'all to stay focused and strong and enjoy your day. But, man, this is very unfortunate, and this is very tough for me. Like I said, just reporting on a young man that's my kid's age, my daughter's age. My daughter's with Brown right now. And, man, I know his family going through it. But, again, it's been some pressure on him, man, trying to figure this thing out. I know it wasn't easy.
All right. So, salute the Boss Talk. Salute to Kyren Lacy. Prayers up for Kyren Lacy. You know, K-Dog said the psyche of an athlete can be fragile. He may have gotten some bad news from the NFL and just to squash his dream. And this is another thing, fam. When you're an elite athlete, everything is yes. You know, you're doing bad in school, we can work around that. We're gonna grade you on a curve. You know what I'm saying? You missed the class, you understand what I'm saying? And it gives athletes a sense of entitlement, like they deserve this because they are athletic and they good at what they do. When you come up through the ranks, Kyren Lacy was a 5-star athlete, one of the best receivers in the country out of high school. When you come up through the ranks and everybody patting you on your back, telling you how good you are, even when you make certain mistakes, they still patting you on your back and telling you how good you are. But then this happens, and all you hear is, you're a thug, you this, you that, you deserve to be locked up. And they are trying to lock you up. You get the door slammed in your face by the NFL. You tend to internalize those type of things because you really haven't ever been told no. You understand what I'm saying? You've never been told no. Now, that's all they saying is no. No way we're going to sign Kyren Lacy. No way is he going to come and sit in the draft room on day one. No way, you know what I'm saying, is he invited to the combine. That's a lot to handle for somebody that from Pop Warner been getting pats on the back. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different. We all make bad decisions, said Pimp Type, but offing yourself is one that you can't shake back from. That's facts. That's facts. Divine Black Rose said a lot of people need to understand that if you smoke, having it in your system during an accident is still DWI. Facts. Whether you smoked last week and they do, you know what I'm saying, blood or urine or whatever they do, and they come back, then, you know, that's on you. If he stayed on the scene, but he was drunk, they still gonna try to nail him. Right, that's true. That's true. I don't think he was drunk, though. A lot of these cats get behind their wheel and they start feeling that speed and they just start, you know what I'm saying? Foot get heavy. Even on a 2-lane highway, foot get heavy, fam. You know what I'm saying? But with them type of vehicles come massive responsibility, fam. Massive responsibility. It's crazy. It's crazy. I hate to see him go out like that. Hope LSU do something to pay tribute to him because he did his job while he was at LSU. He kept them in contention in a lot of games. You know, that's what they brought him there for. They didn't bring him there to be an ambassador. You know what I'm saying? he did his job. So that's crazy work, fam. And you know, you hate to see a young man with something to lose not give it up, but throw it away. Throw it away. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sad to see. Sad to see, fam. Yeah. That's Kyren Lacy. And I really hate that his family had to get this type of news. Because I think about it, man, my son 14. A lot of these stories that I blog on and react to, fam, you go to thinking about a lot of this shit, man, this could very well be my people. Very well be my people. The kid that was in the room, the interrogation room at the police station where grandma hugged him and she was like, let me go. I can't do nothing for you, that's it. That boy was 17 years old. Finna go do 35 years. The only thing I can think about is, Lord have mercy. That could be my boy. You know? In that same position. They all got a mind state where they feel like they, you know what I'm saying, they smarter than they are. They feel relentless, the blood rushing through their body. You know what I'm saying? We old here. We got circulation issues and some more shit. These boys, they feel invincible. And they make boneheaded decisions. They make boneheaded decisions. So you can't look at one child and be like, shame on him. Because your kid can make the same decision. And you sitting up here looking crazy. Begging for mercy. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He should have stayed. He should have stayed, period. We have to pour into our youth. They have to take their lick. Yeah, they got to take their lick. But that's the thing about it. When you've been patted on the back and this meal is on the house and complimentary this and complimentary that, accountability runs short, fam. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with our kids. When I say our kids, I'm not talking about the, for the lack of a better word, the Austin Metcalfs of the world. I'm talking about the Carmelo Anthonys. Our kids have to take accountability, fam. I get on my son about it all the time. It's always a reason. You always got a reason. No. To hell with the reasons. Take some accountability. My bad. That's my fault. You know what? You're right. I could have did better. I shouldn't have did this. I'm going to do better next time. I apologize. That is one of the main character flaws in these young kids coming up. They have no and will not take no accountability. Finesse is tattooed on their brain. You can't talk your way out of every situation. And when you can't walk it like you talk it, people gonna stop listening. Period. When you can't walk it like you talk it, people will stop listening. They don't even want to hear what you got to say. Because everything is raised boom boom room. Tell us about the boom boom room. Y'all know about the movie Life. I ain't just sitting back daydreaming. I don't want to hear your daydreams. I need facts. I need truth. You know? So that's what I try to do in my houses. You know what I'm saying? Preach accountability. If it's on you, accept accountability. make it right, move forward. I don't have to linger. Tell my boy every day, I love you to life. But when it's time for me to be on your top, I'm going to be on your top. After that, we move on. That's the course of life. Not only do these YNs know not how to fight, that's all a part of taking accountability. You ain't got nothing for the shoulder, so you rather shoot. It all ties in. Character flaws, man. I tell mine, said Divine Black Rose, excuses are like assholes. Everybody has them and they always full of shit. Facts. Facts. I tell mine, an excuse is just a reason for why you ain't got what you supposed to have. That's it. An excuse. You ain't got nothing in the hand but an excuse. Excuses don't bring you nothing. Nothing. Yeah. So tragic all the way around. Yeah, it is. It is. The father needed to take accountability that his son should have kept his hands to himself. Which situation we talking about right here, Pimp Tight? That on us, Hitter. We not pouring our young men the way we should. We got to go outside of our own. Yeah, but that's something that I've always done. That's something that I've always done, fam. I've tried. I poured it into other folks' kids as well as my own. You know what I'm saying? But it's a culture thing. Like Black Barbie said, it's a culture thing. They don't respect the OGs. OGs don't. Oh, you talking about Frisco? Yeah. They don't respect the OGs, and the OGs don't give the youngsters nothing to respect. You know? They always got a shiesty mentality, a backdoor mentality. Let me use your youth against you mentality. And so there's the divide. But for the ones that have our sons and daughters in the house with us, we got to go above and beyond to make sure that they understand right from wrong and when to admit when you're right and accept your wrong and be able to stand out. That's another part of the, man, you got a whole generation of young niggas walking around with masks on. Mask on and dreadlocks over their face. Come on, fam. No accountability. Don't want to be seen. How you a killer and you shy? Come on, fam. Make it make sense. Hit the like button. But yeah. Kyren Lacy was my only topic. And I didn't want to, I'm not going to drag y'all on. I wanted to test out the stream as well. And it looks like everything is working the way it should. You know what I'm saying? The more I learn with this, the better we'll get and the better the presentation will be. Hopefully soon I'll be able to bring people up on the stream and we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Until then, we got the hotline. The hotline, y'all make sure the hotline jumping. You know what I'm saying? Most OGs won't admit that we spawned these YNs. Now they afraid of them. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I ain't talking to them niggas. Yeah, sad. Sad. How we afraid of our own people? It's just like that clip I showed y'all, a black youngster. Black youngster, all in folk neighborhoods waving guns, threatening to kill people. But he get out there on the beach with all these white folks taking his chain off, putting it around his neck, letting them take pictures with him. We so backwards. We so backwards, man. I swear. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. And people say, well, how do you change it? Man, it's like, you gotta flush it. It's like somebody putting sugar in your gas tank. You gotta flush it. You know? And it don't happen overnight. It's not a quick process. You have to flush it. And that's gonna take time. It's gonna take attitude change, a mindset change, and years of it. I hate that, it sounds like I'm preaching sometimes. But it took a whole generation of the children of Israel to be wiped out for them to get back on track. Fam, it's real. Sometimes it takes a whole generation to fall to calamity before people say, you know what, let's do this the right way. Let's get on track. We smarter than this. We know what they doing. We know what they doing. We not gonna give in. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild. From the ground up, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It's wild because we talk about a lot of stuff on this channel, and oftentimes we come back to situations like this that bring us back to reality. And this ain't the popular talk, fam. This ain't the talk that people want to hear about. This ain't the type of stuff that people send donations for. This ain't the type of talk that people, you know what I'm saying, share the live. No. This ain't it. But for the same reason that this ain't it, it's the same reason that we not changing as a people, because we gravitate to calamity, disaster, mess. Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty too. But yeah, a mindset change is definitely needed. Fam, I'm gonna hop off my soapbox, and who knows, man, I might pop back out a little bit later. I just wanted to bring y'all this information about Kyren Lacy, talk about it a little bit, and test out the stream. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all like it. We only gonna get better. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Stomp down, day one, hit squad. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all for seeing the vision that I'm trying to bring to pass and saying, go ahead, let's go, let's lock in. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot. It means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, for the 27 that we got in the chat, I thank y'all. Herb, Black Barbie, So Lovely, Pimp Tight. You know what I'm saying? K-Dog. We had Cypress in here. We had Steven in here. Double Tap, my dog. Straight out the city. Flower Bloom. Anissa. I appreciate all of y'all. G Money. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for locking in with us. And, you know what I'm saying, lending your ear. Lending your ear. Divine Black Rose said, we sit and talk about death. Talk about drama, death, the celebrities, while ignoring it right outside our door. No, that's facts. That's facts. And I really do hurt for Kyren Lacy. I really do hate for Kyren Lacy, man, because it's a horrible feeling when you come to the realization, so to speak, that taking yourself is the only way out. That's never the answer. God don't bless that. Not at all. But rest in peace to Kyren Lacy. Love and condolences to his family. And I will say a prayer for them tonight. But salute to y'all, fam. Who knows? We might pop back out a little later. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, the Alabama Hitter. And until the next time we decide to spin, I'm in the win. Salute to the hitters.